came.
See, I told you.
You're good at manifesting, Jamie.
Oh gosh, what'd you guys do?
We were just talking shit about you the whole time.
Did you see that Tom DeLonge has been replying to me in his stories?
No,
Tom DeLonge is just I'm seeing this just now, and it's kind of weird. I've did some Tom DeLonge Kevin Day postings a lot the last couple of days, but there's a posting recent. New TV show is coming from Blink 182 Tom DeLonge's. DeLonge took to Instagram Monday, so I didn't see this to announce that his new show is in the works. The vague post was tagged with his media company To the Stars. Just sold another TV series last week. This is all about his Monsters Over California stuff. Yeah, this is going to be cool.
I'm looking at your duck face. That's BS. You're gatekeeping the duck sound.
Man, last night I didn't get to tell this on my video, but last night on my video I had some ducks flying right over me. People don't understand. It's very hard for me to get really excited about what's going on because they don't understand. I'm watching something like envelop all around me. And it's like trying to understand that there really are people all around me that I'm interacting with that I do know. What is this? Welcome to our newest lifetime members to join the historic ranks of the Chemical Corps Regimental Association. I am a lifetime member of the Regimental Corps Association, Elementus Regamus Pirellium.
Wow, that sounds like a mouthful.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, son of a gun.
Oh.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Son of a sailor.
Trying to find this Tom DeLonge podcast.
Which one?
Like his podcast.
He's on all kinds of podcasts.
He doesn't have his own?
No, you know, you got to look up Mark Hoppus.
Oh, I got you.
This is one person I'm kind of surprised you have not pinged into yet, because if this is a hand-to-hand shake, what do you think?
I think that's how we do it too.
What am I supposed to do? Talk about all of the magical inside of you that needs to come out that could help with universal truth. And yes, I'm a little nubby and pushy, but that's just because your magnet's so big, I couldn't figure out what the hell is going on. I couldn't, I was just trying to figure out. That's the only thing. That's your magnet is very great. Jamie's, they all feel really super confusing, but now I have a better idea of what I'm feeling now. I do. I have a better idea of how I feel about all of this energy now than I did 2 years ago or even a year ago, because it's just really.
Because you have a team.
Yeah, it's really easy to see that if you can just get enough people to understand, hey, this thing that we all want, this universal truth that we all want, it has to come out in a really strange way. And our human interactions, they actually have to take the sideline to whatever needs to be accomplished during this awakening, and going inward and doing so will help our collective.
I hear you. I hear you.
And Anthony is, yeah, his energy is very boundary penetrating. He's got a boundary penetrating energy. It's here to penetrate all the boundaries. And then probably if it doesn't crush you, well, then it probably wants a soft penetration of the boundary. It wants a soft penetration of the boundaries. Doesn't it doesn't want a hard penetration. Waking up is a hard penetration. Da Vinci Code in the letter. See, Robert Edward Grant is doing a lot of stuff on the T again and the letter R. I like that.
Let's see this guy.
T again? Again with the T?
Yeah.
Where
Seeing
you
a thing.
seeing this at? Anthony, are you seeing this online?
No, I'm on this is on Facebook. I think I'm friends with this person. Robert, am I friends with them? No, maybe I'm not. I don't even know how I get their stuff. Maybe I am on Oh,
I found him.
Tom DeLong mentioned me the day after my birthday in 2021. He's got a lot of interactions with me. Interesting. I've never really kind of looked at that. I find it to be interesting. I just go along with it now.
Look at this. What was on his page?
Who's this? Yeah. Yeah, so then what you do is you take that data. Okay, what is it? What page is that? That's the
I took it off his Facebook. It's that post that he posted on his website. Look
Okay, so
right
I'm gonna
here.
go to this website. What I've been doing with these and where I know value will be found is taking like copy and pasting off of things and then say, how does this, how does this matter in universal truth? That's what I do.
Are you putting it in the chat? The image in the chat?
Yeah, well, I'm taking all the words and put them in there.
You can use the image now too. The Mona Lisa.
Sacred
Oh,
geometry.
if you what you want to do if you're interested in doing this, you could look at the picture of Chris Bledsoe that he put on his book and then compare that to other book covers or any other paintings throughout history and it's gonna show you something. And then you're gonna go, well, why did Chris Bledsoe make this for his book cover? Because it's everything about signs and symbols on his book cover. And then obviously he saw the lady and she called herself Hathor. So we all have to try to make peace. We all have to try to figure out how does that translate into Mother Mary and Jesus. That's what we have to do. We're the translators. Did you know that? We're the translators. We have to learn how to translate the energy that is being told to us from ancient Egypt and just translate it into other world religions as well.
Okay, I got the picture pulled up.
I'm finding myself wanting to scroll through this, and I'm like, it's not your picture, Shelly. You can't do that. Um, throw up the picture real quick, Jamie, of the book cover. Like, can we get a full screen of the image? Okay.
X, 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 X,
Mhm.
X, 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 X. It's all about the X.
Will you scroll up again a little bit too, lady?
Uh-huh. Yeah, so you see the eggs, you see the
Uh-huh.
ball.
I see the three lights within the ball. The coils of the hair, as well as the cleft of the chin, and definitely the position of the fingers and the hand, as well as the design within the X and in the embroidery. And also the draping in the draping around the X, like inside the inside, not the sleeves. There we go. Not the sleeves. So those are the things that are standing out, that, as well as, well, I'm not saying anything about that. That's a focal point for a reason. So not saying anything about that.
The inside of the ball and the sphere and the meaning of the spear. Did you say that?
Um,
It's the bubbles. It's the what they mean. And the blood cells have described it. But
Anthony, I don't know if you could,
yeah,
I can't see the orientation of that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
okay. Hold on. We're not done, because this has popped up over and over and over and over again. It's something that I cannot stop. I've drawn those three lights within a sphere, I can't tell you how many times. Like over and over and over again. It's on my fucking face.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Everything's all strange. It's all really strange, actually. I just understand that it might be strange.
That's bananas. Do you see that someplace that makes you want to draw that, or you're just drawing it?
It's just all the time in the noggin, like, especially if I'm gonna sit down, and I don't often plan what I'm going to draw or what comes out. I just start doing a thing and it just goes from there. It tells me what it wants to be, is what it boils down to. I start making some marks and it tells me what it wants to be. And all I know is that those three dots keep showing up in my artwork over and over and over again. And the only thing I could think was that because I have these moles on my face and on my neck and on my arms, that I just keep seeing. Yeah.
I've literally researched this. It's funny that you're talking about this because I was wondering like why, like my kids do too. Like we talked about this a little bit.
Mhm.
Why do we have so many moles? Like there's so many of them, and it's like you get more and more of them.
They're star maps.
I mean, why my whole life have I thought that? I really have.
Because they are. So, Anne, what does that say about you?
If I'm a star map, holy moly. I have scars that would probably I guess I have birthmarks and scars that help me. I have things on my body that I now know that probably help me move towards what I feel inside about myself. And those, yeah.
It's a literal outside map of the inside.
Yeah, and I think that those things help me move towards my well, if I start asking for UFOs, well, I guess they say I should be able to see them. And then I started seeing them, so I was like, well, that's kind of really strange. But everything that I've done, and then of course, you guys know this intimately, is that I've tried to be connected to, people that are close to the phenomena, people that are talking to senators and stuff. So I've had like encouragement. I've had where maybe people that are closest to me can't even see what I'm doing. I have people really messaging me and talking to me, encouraging me to go inward and continue my journey. So it's been this journey. It made me go outward and then look at my own inward and then wait a second, there's all of this stuff that happened to me outwardly that affected my inward journey. And I think that's what I'm supposed to relay is how do you bounce back from all of these injuries? How do you bounce back from all of these setbacks?
Well, if you think about it, Anthony, like whenever you have a map, you don't just have a map, you also have a key. And
Yes.
in this key, you have all these different symbols and types of signs and lines and, things like that that give you an indicator of specifically what, you know, where to turn left, where to turn right. And, they're just points on your map to show you where you've been and maybe even how to get back there if you need to. Or like
Yeah.
you show somebody else how to get there or get through there. It's a key. It's a key to your map, your scars that show waypoints of important parts of your journey.
Waypoints to the journey to help me go, oh, okay. Well, if there are these real celestial things, hardest part for me understanding this thing is if there's real celestial things and I'm actually seeing the real celestial stuff, and now I'm talking to real celestial people, and then and the people around me have, and it's like the people in the government, people that are retirees like me. And then like the hardest piece is like, oh, I've gone inward. And yes, our collective, the ones that are telling the story, we all actually have, we all know inwardly we have something to tell everybody. It's like we all know we have something to tell everybody, and we don't even have all the information. We just know we have to we just know inwardly that we should tell everybody what we know. And that piece is like understanding when I looked at my own physical self with my own birth date and time and numerology and all of those weird things that I never even thought about my whole life. They at least helped me go, well, you're on this team and you have a part to play on this team and you need to act accordingly. And you need to start figuring out how to act accordingly.
Look at this, guys. Look at this. Shelly, the three dots, like three dots on this table, like obviously it could be something different, but it stands for oil.
Oil?
Yeah.
Oil. Well, we've got good oil and we've got bad oil. We've got the gold oil and we've got the black oil.
Okay, so in the book called Ancient Secret Flower of Life, this book right here was one of the first books that I had shown to me, and then I eventually got book number two. Um, this woman I was dating from, so at one point I was seeing this woman named Cynthia, and then I was seeing Missy, and then Laura. There was just this really strange time in my period, and Cynthia brought me onto this book, and it has, why it has, well, it was just another woman coming into my perspective that I was telling her stuff that blew her mind, and she was telling me stuff that blew her mind from both angles, right? And then she also had extreme uh, mental health psychosis, managed very well managed mental, and like I think had like a double master's degree from Berkeley or something. So, and in like plant medicines and stuff. So, a very super intelligent lady who was trying to manage her mental health through this time period as well. And then she saw what I was going through, and that must have really scared her. So, but I'm still on the same path. I'm sorry it scared them all.
Yeah. What made you think of that, Anthony?
The secret, because I'm looking at this flower of life right now, and we just did a thing on even UFO Twitter UFO this week is having UFO Twitter week, and they're talking about the Sirius and spirals and dogs. So page 53 of this is like our Sirius connection with the Sirius star, spelt like the Sirius star. And so it's just another indicator that like all I know is that I just been put in front of a whole bunch of really awesome messengers that can help point me in the right directions, and they match my own physical signs and symbols, and also the things that have happened to me on life. So dying and coming back alive seems to be a reoccurring theme in some of these presents. And then once I started pulling myself away from my individual and going, wait a second, how comes it's bringing everybody around me has like the same experience? Wait a second. Oh, that's how we rise this thing collectively. And then it gets more exciting for me. I can tell everybody about my own self. I'm Anthony Ross Kennedy. I have these signs and symbols. It's really strange. I'm born on strange alignments and stuff. Okay. I'm just Anthony Ross Kennedy. But what's the more coolest thing is that there's a whole group of us, a whole cohort on Earth alive right now. Like, and from my understanding is they're on every continent. That this is really happening, and we're gonna have like like we're gonna have like a Thoth like a moment. We're gonna have a hundredth monkey like experiment moment. We're gonna have this moment.
Yes. Yes. That's always been the goal. 100 monkey.
And
We
so
go.
I think it was very important in this awakening for me to awaken to, yes, there's all of these archetypes, and yes, I may fall into some in pieces, but the most important thing is that I go inward, and then I just discover that what I'm saying with my words in my mouth to every single go inward. The answer is inward, and guess what? Learn how to fractal your gift from the universe the most that you can. I think what will happen is that if we all do this, there will be some of us that are just fractaling in it better, just based on all of these weird ass alignments nobody even believes in. But and it's just the fact. But they won't give a shit because they'll just be doing their job while everybody's writing books, trying to make money and stuff. This person is just doing their darn job, and then knowing that watching scientists and stuff follow and really track, and then knowing that yeah I'm just going inward like the grandma in the big chair told me. I'm making this up as I go. I don't really care what you guys think or anything. I feel like doing this, and I feel like, oh, I like the way that Shelly does this. I'm definitely going to do that, right? I'm definitely going to do that because I like the way that is, right? And that's what I feel like. If we all did that, we're all going to be the same. We'll just be the same.
But
And
different.
Yeah, same. We'll all have the inward journey of going, wow, I really value this journey, and the journey inward um, delivers us from our hostile nature.
It's the unity. It's the unity where we are united within our diversity, that we each be our own puzzle piece and stop trying to snip off the shapes of the puzzle piece next to us to fit
Yeah,
my puzzle piece. It's the just, yeah, exactly what you said.
we're getting it there. We're all going to do it together. I really think we're doing it together, because what I know is that if I continue to tell people, hey, I have to have my energy grow as big as it can get. But what I need is that you all to teach me the things that I probably that we're trying to teach her. I need you to teach me love beyond. I need you to teach me this ultra love. I need you to teach me this mother's love. I need you to teach me this, like, press this energy out, send it out to battle, to war, and teach me how to do this. Like, because I know how to go out to war for battling, but I need to be sent out the same way, equipped in spiritual warfare, and it's like letting them know that that's how this end, letting us all know that's how we explode this. We we explode this together. There's no getting around it. It's a chain reaction. It's symbiotic. It's so amazing too, because because there's only one goal. It's increasing consciousness.
Yeah. I think a little bit of it too is knowing when to move forward, know when to hold the line, and when to really advance in love. But I think all of the strategies of art of war, but through a lens of um, balanced love and compassion.
Yes. More of that, please.
And recognizing and remembering that it doesn't always look like what we think it should look like. Like us human beings we have that like duality thing of good and bad, good and bad, good and bad. And that whole recognizing the all within the picture that we're looking at, because that feels really important too, Anthony, is drawing your perspective out a little bit more. Don't make it quite so personal.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, is understanding the internal journey comes internal, and then you wait a second. I got all these signs and symbols, but wait, every person around me, I'm telling them literally they have signs and symbols based on this ring of like women around. And then at the end of that, you're like, wait a second. They all start awakening. Like, it shows how our collective consciousness gathers in an area, and we all kind of fractal off together. So that just really means that, like, pretty much anybody that was born and raised kind of around you that are kind of like you, as long as you're not really an outlier, they're pretty much the fractals of this energy that have made it right here for this thing to happen right now. And what I'm pretty sure about is some of the indigenous, a lot of it says when the end of the indigenous one and the end of the white one, and when they connect, and that's it. That's the signal. There's something that we don't even know about. And I'm like, well, that just makes it even bigger. It is bigger. It's so darn big. It's can't even believe how big it is. It's how many people can you tell that they're very magically awesome? Big. How many can you tell? that they're amazing. Big. That's what it is. Spend the rest of your life telling people how amazing they are inside of themselves. You just live your life because you've already achieved a level. I've already achieved a level of enlightenment, and I'm just going to live pretty much. I can get through anything, and I'm just going to live kind of joyfully while other people are going to still be trying to figure out how to live joyfully. And it's just very easy for me in a lot of ways.
So it sounds
Joy.
to me like trying to figure out how to share that with the rest of the gang.
Yeah, and not be I'm not there's no books to sell. There's no books to sell, people. There's no books to sell. You know what there is? Communities to build. What do you
Mhm.
get in communities? You get matriarchs, you get patriarchs, you get people of wisdom allowing the flow of energy to help it with people. The old former prison, the person that spent their whole life in prison has something to say to the younger generation.
Mhm.
They do.
I think,
Mhm. They do.
yeah, I think that's what I was, that's the thing, that's what I'm saying is like things, we need to start looking deeper into things. Stop with the automatic judgment of black and white and good and bad and right and wrong, and start looking deeper into it, getting to the root in the root, the heart of
Yes.
what it is that you're really interacting with or dealing with or observing, or you know, try to work past the programming that you were born into and determine what you want. And I mean that in the sense of like breaking out of the programming of the what the world has been trying to teach us. Because that's what's going to be required in order for people to, well, I mean, you have, that's the whole foundation of like discovering your consciousness, your own consciousness, and what it means is asking those types of questions, questioning things versus just believing what you've been told your whole life.
Mhm.
That's what we've been on a journey of.
I think, that keeps going back to being curious too. That's a repeating theme, giving people permission to be curious. So that, Anthony, next time around, when you have questions, instead of having to be quiet and funny, you can actually ask your questions and have them answered.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been cool?
Yeah, I like that. Yes. Yeah, we like that.
So I guess that's what I'm trying to say is like questioning the infrastructure that hasn't allowed us to ask questions.
Yes.
I'm not talking about anarchy. I'm talking about critical thinking.
Hmm.
You got all country during that.
Oh, lady, let me tell you, the number of times that I've been asked if I lived in the South before I ever lived in the South is ridiculous. Because I do have a drawl. I don't know where it came from, but I've always had it. And I had to be super careful when I lived in the South because I didn't want anybody thinking I was making fun of them. But it got so bad. It wanted to get so thick. I don't know.
Brixby shampoo and conditioner bar. 3 times the bar for no plastics. Brixby shampoo for your hair.